grip socks are great, and now they're even better with Pure Grip Socks Pro. Better fit, moisture wicking, amazing comfort, and all the extra grip you need. Choose from 10 different colors for just $16.99 a pair at puregripsocks.com.
At this point, it's become pretty common and borderline expected for any major brand to give their best and most popular players signature football boots for a World Cup. And for Puma and Neymar, just about 2 weeks before the start of the World Cup, we got these football boots that we were under the impression would be Neymar's boots for the entirety of the tournament, or at least the group stages. Well, surprise, these are not for the World Cup. They were just for the few matches before, and inside these two boxes are one boot that he's going to wear, but technically two different signatures. Let me explain. So this is the Fearless Pack Puma Future Z 1.4, the official World Cup colorway that all Puma athletes will be wearing who happen to wear the Future Z, its retail price being $200, just like every other colorway. And this is the new Neymar Puma Future Z 1.4 in the Dream Chaser colorway, the boots that he will not be wearing during the 2022 World Cup because there's actually another variation of this colorway. However, if you want this version, it's going to cost you $250, a $50 premium over a regular Future Z. And this is another pair of Puma Future Z 1.4s, also in the Neymar Dream Chaser colorway. However, this is the player exclusive variation, which obviously isn't player exclusive because I have a pair here in my hands, and these retail for $280, another $30 on top of the previous pair and $80 more expensive than the regular Z 1.4. What you're getting for that extra money are some extra details that I'll point out in this video, but if you really want the exact boot in terms of colorway that Neymar is going to be wearing, $280 is the running price. So if you're hoping to learn why Puma have launched two different variations of Neymar World Cup colorways, unfortunately you're not going to find that answer in this video because Puma haven't actually said why they've done this. It's one of the most confusing things I've ever seen. What I will point out for you today is what the differences are between these two because there is a $30 price discrepancy, and in the case of the player exclusive version, it's an extra $80 over a regular Future Z. Is that actually worth it based on the details they've included? We'll go over all those details, including how they fit and feel on feet. So if you're interested in learning more, please stick around. And if you are interested in a pair of these limited edition boots for yourself, you can pick them up below their normal retail price by way of some exclusive SR4U coupon codes by checking out the first link down below. And really quickly, drop a like if you enjoy the content and make sure you subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, along with hitting that little bell notification so you get notified for all my reviews of all the latest football boots of 2022. So first things first, the colorway. It's called the Dream Chaser, which I think is very self-explanatory when you're talking about a signature pair of football boots for a World Cup tournament, which according to Neymar will potentially be his last time participating. And you can tell this is the Dream Chaser colorway because it says Dream and Chaser on either side of the boot. As for what the specific differences are between the $250 and $280 versions, well, all of the differences are purely cosmetic. There's nothing that's modified on these boots to make them more like the custom version that I'm sure Neymar actually wears. Nonetheless, here's what's actually different between the two. Now the base upper being in metallic gold with orangey pink accents, and of course that same color in exposed knit, is identical on both the cheaper and expensive versions of the boot. However, on the cheaper model that I have here, you'll notice that the laces simply have some gold specks in them, and then the little Neymar logo is in a red square, and with the logo itself being in gold. Where on the more expensive player exclusive model, you can see the Neymar logo is in a gold square with the logo itself being in that orangey pink color, and the laces are different. One side on the right foot saying Dream Chaser in gold over and over again, with the left boot repeating the phrase Tudo passa, which translates to everything happens. I'm assuming everything happens for a reason is what is actually meant here, but I'm not entirely sure. Another very subtle difference that you can't actually see is the insole on the cheaper $250 version simply being the standard gray nano grip lining material with the Puma branding in gold, while the player exclusive version features an insole with matching colors and graphics to what you're going to find on the upper, and technically does not feature the Infinigrip liner. You'll also find the Neymar signature logo there in the middle of the heel. Both have a wearable finish, but you'll find on the $250 cheaper variation, you can see it has that pinkish orange color as a base, and then the same pattern from the upper, Dream Chaser, repeated in gold along the bottom, which I actually think looks quite cool. Where the more expensive player exclusive variation that Neymar will actually be wearing features a solid metallic gold finish that actually has a little bit of kind of like an iridescent coloring to it. It too looks really cool, but is that worth an extra 80 bucks? I guess that's for you to decide. As for the performance side of things, of course, these are no different from other colorways of the Z1.4. And as far as top-end football boots go right now, if you're talking about the control category, which really doesn't mean much, it's a way that football boots are marketed. And I think these are technically marketed as agility boots as well. These are best in category. I much prefer these over the Predator Edge, and I would definitely pick these over the current Phantom GT2 from Nike as well. At $200 for a regular colorway, I think it's much more of a value for money proposition in terms of costing a lot less but performing to the same level as everything else out there from Nike and Adidas, which is obviously more expensive. But when you're talking about $280 for this player exclusive variation, unless you're just a die-hard Neymar fan and you want to have the exact colorway that he's wearing during the 2022 World Cup, I'd say save your money and go for a regular colorway, because like I said, it's exactly the same football boot. With that said, if you're interested in learning more about the fit, feel, and overall performance, I've done that in past videos. I'll leave a little pop-up on screen to my full detailed review. There are some really interesting quirks about the Future Z1.4, where in particular, if you really struggle with fit and comfort, these might be right up your alley. Go ahead and check that out if you haven't seen it already. So here are the Neymar boots on feet, obviously very flashy in metallic gold and what is kind of like an orangey pink color depending on the lighting. Fit and feel wise though, they are no different from any other colorway of the Future Z1.4. And again, a pair of football boots that I would say are very underrated from a comfort perspective in today's football boot market. Certainly if you're after something with a knitted upper. If that's the case, this is the most sock-like comfortable feel you're going to get out of anything that's currently available. I really like the way that they've done the midfoot. It allows for plenty of stretch, giving you that customized fit without feeling like they're squeezing your feet. And also something that is unique about the Future Z1.4 is technically you can wear them as laceless football boots should you choose to do so. However, I definitely think with the laces tied tight, the lockdown and overall performance and certainly the comfort is definitely better. From a width perspective, they're going to be suitable for most people, although do have a snug overall fit. Even if you have really wide feet, I think they're going to work for you, but keep in mind that if you don't necessarily like a really tight fit, maybe not the best option. And then as far as sizing is concerned, I'm wearing these in my usual size 9.5 US, and they run about a quarter size long, maybe a little bit less than that. I don't think that they fit long enough to change up your sizing, but if you're already wearing your boots a little bit too big, maybe going a half size down might not be a bad idea. For most people, however, true to size is definitely what I would recommend. But there you have it, the PE Dream Chaser, the most expensive variation of Neymar's World Cup football boots. Let me know your opinion on them down below in the comment section. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.